have to do it again. I have to just show you where I'm at. Right there. Little points where I'm headed to. Walk to the edge of a cliff. You can have an amazing view like this. This is why I'll always be a short-haired hippie. There's nothing better than throwing mountain water on the back of your like shaved head. Oh. We're in the Linville Gorge Wilderness, of course. Again in the Pisgah National Forest, so I get to say that a little bit. On the Shortoff Trail, and this is Shortoff Mountain. So let's short off our way up it. Hold on, listen. Ralph, hey. Well, Ralphie screwed that one up, but it's so peacefully silent out here. I feel like I'm alone. I feel like I'm in a, you know those snow globes? I feel like I'm kind of in a snow globe. I think some giant is looking down on me with his little magnifying glass. Seeing how I'm doing on the old hike. When I was a kid in school, I once woke up, I went into a class. I must have put my head down to go to sleep because I woke up, I lifted my head up off the desk and nobody was there. And it was like the middle of the day. Like I looked at the clock and it was the middle of the day. School was happening, but nobody was in my class. So I just wandered out. I just left. They must have gone on a field trip or something without me. This was in high school, so I wasn't like, you know, a child. Wow. These stone stairways have been actually extremely helpful. I'm quite enjoying walking on you stones. Speaking of stones, I brought mine with me. Remember this old guy? I painted it this week. Take a close look at that and see if you notice anything wrong. Ever heard of something called the Mandela effect? Where you remember something just slightly different than how it is. Well, I remember the peace sign. When I was a kid, I remember the peace sign without a little tick on the bottom. Here we go. I have to do it again. I have to just show you where I'm at. Although I do hear some people up ahead, so maybe I'm not alone. Think of all the things it took for me to be here. Technology, I had to be able to discover this place. All the manpower, all the people that have had to walk on this place so that there was a trail for me to find. A vehicle so I could drive here. The freedom to actually be here. I see the humans. You probably can't see them through there. Let's run up and get a shot. Humans in the wild. Their backpacks are larger. They've got poles. But they're also not carrying a talkie stick like I am. See him? Should I make contact with humans? Should I pass them? Oh, another dog.
Yeah, mission right there.
That's right.
We're
Ralphie, you're being so good.
You go ahead and do whatever you need to do.
That's Nebo.
He's usually barking and yelling at other dogs. I'm shocked. Your dog must be
Okay.
a good old soul.
I hope you and Chief are doing
Come on off.
good. Tell him I said hello.
Good job. You didn't make one little peep. I made contact with the humans. And they were pleasant. These cool rock formations. Right there. Little points where I'm headed to. Holy moly. Hold on, Ralph. Don't get too anxious. Look at Like this. There's a river down there, I think. Okay. I mean, can you believe this? I can barely believe it, and I'm actually here. Can the camera actually pick that up? It's almost like you got the green, it's like little racing stripes, little tiger stripes all the way up the side of the mountains. What you can do at the Shortoff Trail in the Linville Gorge. You can walk to the edge of a cliff. You can have an amazing view like this. You can even spin around while you do it. I gotta show you this. Look at that cliff edge right there. You see that? It's sheer. It's one of those actual dangerous ones. That's one of those ones that goes whoop and then goes whoop under. Now when I say the word gentle, you know, you'd look at these rocks, you'd look at this trail that's almost completely covered in rocks, and you wouldn't necessarily think gentle. But I mean it in sort of a different way. You know, climbing up stairs isn't gentle in and of itself. It tires you out. But climbing up a set of stairs that goes like that is a whole lot easier than jumping up to the second level. I try to be honest with everything that I do. And I'm not saying that other people aren't honest, but I find that a lot of times when I'll read like reviews or something about a place, and then I go and actually experience the place, I find that the reviews are generally pretty exaggerated. Look at this just little pocket of sunshine that we found ourselves in. The point is that it's never generally as bad as people kind of make it out to be. All right, I'm gonna show you this. This is so interesting. I've never seen anything like this. Every place is so unique. I think that's that cliff right there that I was admiring before. Straight ahead. I always love those shots with the shadows. Anyways, I just want to kind of show you around, just wiggle the camera. There's so many interesting things to look at. I don't know what to point at. So I'm just going to kind of go everywhere. I'm just going to kind of go crazy with ya. Whoa, 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 whoa. I just found our spot for the rock, guys. See that little cavern? I think I'm going to go a little bit closer to that edge. Let's go. There's a little tree right here. It's this little green tree. I'll show you where I'm at. On the edge of the rocks. I'm just gonna put our little rock right in there. See it? Well, it was fun holding on to you while I did. Hope someone finds you one day. I mean, tell me that wasn't fun, right? Leaving a little drop of sunshine up here in the Shortoff Trail. Get a cool shot of the spot that we put our first sunshine stone. That's what I'm gonna call those things, sunshine stones. Right back there. Oh, I don't even remember the plant anymore. I think it was right near the edge. That last little plant. Do you ever I hate rubbing my eyes because it makes it weird, but do you ever just start and then you just can't stop for a minute? I do that in the shower a lot too. Wow. I feel like I'm in a friggin' snow globe. Or a fishbowl or something. It's a great Pink Floyd song, if you haven't heard it. You like the band Pink Floyd? I love the band Pink Floyd. There's a song that they do that says, we're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year. So at this point, I'm pretty sure I kind of feel like I've made it to the top, right? Hold on, let me find a better place to show you, to tell us to say that. I'll say it exactly like I did before. Don't worry. Making me nervous. So I kind of feel like I've made it to the top, right? Did it sound just as good as the first time? There's only one place you can experience the feeling of being on top of a mountain. Can you guess where that is? I mean, you almost wouldn't know you were on top of a mountain. That's pretty cool. Peaceful little spot. Basically at this point I'm just trying to decide where I'm going to turn around. And almost just as I finished that thought, I think we've arrived at the other side. At least it's kind of feeling that way. In a weird way, it just kind of feels like I'm done. Like I could turn into mist and just kind of float off. Maybe down into that gorge somewhere. Did you hear me? I know I turned away. I've been practicing, trying not to turn away from the camera when I talk. I said maybe I could turn into mist and float around in that gorge down there. You know what? It feels like I wouldn't even care. As long as I could reform all of that mist into this Ryan body again, so I can experience more of this stuff. I finally have trained this meat suit that I'm wearing to get out here and experience some of these things. So I guess at this point I'm going to turn around and start making my way back down the trail. I'm actually excited to see that little gorge area again. Bye, Peaceful Pond. I was going to do this whole bit on how I was going to try and say everything in reverse on the way back on this trail. I was going to do that when we made it to the other side of the Shortoff Mountain here and looked over that ledge with the mountain and the gorge and stuff. I was going to say this whole thing about how I was going to try and talk backwards. I forgot. We walked to the edge of that little cliff right there. Was it fun? It was fun, right?
Hey, they made it back.
Hey, man.
Yeah, all right.
See you guys.
Later. Easy, killer.
Goodbye to the only other humans that I saw on this trail. Remember that gorgy spot? This spot right here. All right, Ralph. Whoa. Didn't quite make it, boy. That's why they give you a handle. But good try, buddy. That was a good try. Oh, this is one of the best pieces of the trail right here. Don't want to miss this one again. Oh yeah. This way, Ralph. Oh. Goodbye, beautiful view. I have to come up with a whole nother shtick on my next out and back trail because I can't just say goodbye to everything we saw coming in again. Goodbye, awesome, gorgy view. Oh wow, some people actually made it down there. Another human sighting. Can I see him down there? I don't know if I got that on camera, but those souls are brave. Reading little reviews and stuff, people say, oh, be careful of the sharp cliffs. So immediately I'm thinking, okay, this could be the time I careen off a mountain. This could be a fall. Is this going to be too dangerous? You know, people are saying this is a strenuous, really hard hike. Am I going to put myself in a situation where I might not come back out? These are the kind of things that run through your head. Your mind will try and justify fear to you in another way by saying, oh, what about wild animals? Okay, so you're confident with the cliff thing. What about the wild animals? It's springtime. Aren't the bears coming out of hibernation? They're going to have their cubs. What if you get attacked by something? You know, could that be the ending? Should you actually be in this situation? And it's strange the way that your mind just puts these fears into you like that. And really, it's kind of, what it's trying to do is it's trying to keep you safe. Dive down these fear thoughts and stay there for a while and investigate it and kind of, you know, even play around with it. Really feel that feeling. It's not about trying not to feel it. It's about actually experiencing the feeling of fear, but then bringing that thought back up, bringing your attention back up to that place of stillness in your mind, to that place where you're just looking at all of those different thoughts floating around. Don't be fearful. Be in the moment. That's a good, in a nutshell, version of what I'm saying. Back down off. Back down the stony stairs. Goodbye, saturated stone. Sometimes I'll just like have a thought. It just like boop, sparks in my head and then kind of shoots out my mouth. Okay. It's like I was never worried I was going to faceplant, but I almost, if my foot had slipped a little bit more, I would have faceplanted back there. Life just gets a whole lot better when you let go of all your fears. When you realize they're just fears, they're just thoughts, they're nothing. They're not you. Oh, it feels good when you get it on the back of your head. Put my glove. I got so into that dip and I forget where I put my glove. Oh, I'm holding it in my other hand. You know what I thought about while I was dipping there? This is why I'll always be a short-haired hippie. A short-haired hippie. That sounds fun. That's a good description of me, I think. There's nothing better than throwing mountain water on the back of your like shaved head. Oh. Want to know something weird that I just saw? You ever get little glitches, little things, little magic sparks happen to you? My son has had a bit of a, with the weather changing, he's had a bit of a cough. And so I gave him a Ricola to put into his pocket. I let him put one in his mouth and I let him put one in his pocket to take to school. A Ricola is like kind of a natural cough drop. And I don't condone littering, but this little Ricola pack must have slipped out of someone's pocket for me to find. What a weird little coincidence, huh? Also just kind of weird how my eyes darted to that tiny little thing beside a stone. Tiny little wrapper. Coincidence? I don't know. That or all of this is the most beautiful coincidence that we've ever been so lucky to experience. The end of an adventure, the end of our lives, the end of this planet, the fact that there's an end, or at least there's an end in our mind, the fact that we believe there's an end, that's what's so exciting. That's why we're here. That's why we chose to be on Earth, to experience this sort of thing. It's because we've convinced ourselves that, you know, we're not eternal. And although most of us are scared of that, it's actually quite a beautiful thing. This temporary experience. Goodbye, very official looking Bill Gorge sign, Shortoff Trail. And hello to where it all began. That was the Shortoff Trail. The simulation's over. What a What a personally gentle experience I just had. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next adventure.